Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. Running this city, ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. Running this city, ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. Running this city, ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Bad guys do hill shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. Running this city, ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation.
Viewer discretion time.
Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz. That's Draven Grimes. We are joined once again by our boy Edgar from Snug Wrestling. This is weekend wrestling. It's usually on Tuesdays, but holidays and shit. So here we are on Thursday. So we're going to get into the biggest stories in the weekend wrestling right after the...
Cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain.
What's happening, everybody?
Living. 5 Christmases up.
All right. How about you, Edgar? How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Doing good. Everything was lovely during Christmas time. Just recovering from a little bit of hangover, but other than that, everything's great.
I shot.
He was so drunk he forgot to take it for you.
Oh. All right.
What? Take a shot for
Draven?
Yeah, you were supposed to take a
I
shot
took-
for me for Christmas.
I took enough shots for all three of us for probably a long time. So
Okay.
don't worry, Draven. Hey, matter of fact, to make you feel better, I'll take another one for you this weekend. How about that?
Beautiful, beautiful. Like. Oh, Darky Dude, how you been?
It's been a rough couple days, fellas. I gotta admit. I mean, Christmas was fine, but our dog has been having a lot of problems, and Almost thought we were gonna have to put him down this morning.
Oh, what? No.
And that would have been fucking horrible. But we're gonna try a couple of basically. He hasn't eaten in a couple of days. He just started eating again, thank goodness. But he was getting jaundicey, like his ears and everything were getting orange. Like it was pretty bad. But they're trying him on some super steroids, so we'll see. Hopefully they're the take your vitamins and say your prayers kind of steroids.
But what does that mean though if their ears get orange?
Are you familiar with jaundice in like kids? It's where your liver isn't filtering all the waste out,
Oh,
and
shit.
and we were worried that it was like liver failure, like a standalone issue, liver failure. But the doctor seems to think that it's a symptom of some kind of autoimmune disease, which should hopefully be treated by steroids. So started that today, so we're hopeful. Hopeful.
Fingers crossed, Dark. Fingers crossed.
Appreciate that.
Awesome prayer.
Oh
So let's talk about some wrestling, shall we?
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do it.
For us tonight.
All right, so the new year is coming up, and like usual, the first Raw on Netflix is making waves. It's making news, but for Randy Orton fans, this might not be the best news because now, reportedly, Randy Orton is not scheduled to be at the first Monday Night Raw on Netflix, which kind of sucks. It would be cool to see Randy on January 6th, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen as of right now. How are you guys feeling? Do you guys think this show is gonna need a Randy Orton?
I don't think it'll necessarily need him. I'm just questioning. I'm questioning the call behind this because unless they're truly selling that pile driver this fucking hard, like how do you leave Randy Orton off the show?
Well, I mean, in all fairness, Cody Rhodes has been selling the package pile driver by wearing a neck brace everywhere he goes for media.
Yeah,
and
but how
whatnot,
long ago was Randy Orton's?
Yes, but Randy Orton also has spinal fusion surgery compared to
I just wanna
Cody
ask
being
him-
relatively healthy.
I just want to ask the chat if you guys can hear Draven because I'm having trouble hearing Draven now for some reason.
Yeah, everyone can hear him. Hold on a second. Let me.
Okay, good. It's just me then. Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're good, bud. You're good.
There, now I should be able to hear you better.
How about now? Can you hear me good now?
A little better, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. What do you think, Edgar?
I think it sucks, man. Randy Orton they're really selling that pile driver thing hard. And I was thinking there's still a possibility that we can see Randy Orton. But he would have to be coming after Kevin Owens, which I believe right as of right now, Kevin Owens is not on this card yet for the first Raw on Netflix, right?
Correct. As a matter of fact, he's actually about 15 minutes down the road at the Jacksonville Veteran Memorial Center working that house show.
Who?
Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah.
That show was tonight. So, to me, if he's gonna go back and go after Kevin, the way I figured as far as me booking it out is they're gonna have Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes Part 2 at the next Saturday night's main event, leading into the Royal Rumble, which will then lead into Randy and Kevin at the Royal Rumble in a singles match. So, I'm okay with Randy being off the card. I mean, with everything that's rumored to be happening as far as Dwayne return, the possibility of Pentagon showing up, the possibility of Gunther defending his world title against Jake Logan, the dumb fuck Paul guy,
Yeah.
as well as Tribal Combat, as well as Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I think the card's loaded enough where they don't need to show their entire hand night one. Plus, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Randy still technically on the SmackDown roster as of right now?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I don't even know what the fuck has been going on with all that shit, man. Because now they're having like this unannounced draft happening
Mm-hmm.
where I think Drew is going to SmackDown and all these changes. I have at this point, I don't know if Randy's on Raw, if he's on SmackDown, or if he's going to NXT. I don't know, but hopefully we see Randy Orton back soon. That's
Oh,
honestly my
absolutely. I
point,
mean, we
Randy.
went what 18 months, 19 months without him on TV, and it just wasn't the same. So yeah, yeah. But like I said, I see him back more towards the Royal Rumble than I do Raw on Netflix. Just because they've got that card so loaded right now. But that's just my opinion on it. What you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, supposedly you guys might be right. Randy Orton might not make a huge difference on this show. I mean, it'll definitely add something to it, but the rumor is now that this show on Monday Night Raw is going to be a WrestleMania type feel of a show.
Mm-hmm.
One of the writers went on record to say that, if you're in the area, you should definitely be at the show. This should be the show that you want to go to.
Yes.
It's going to be one of those big deals. Now, is the writer just saying that just because he has to, because he works for the company? Or, I mean, this could be a fucking home runner of a show. What do you guys think? You guys think it's going to be a crazy, crazy show? Or what do you guys think we can expect here?
So I'm gonna start on this one if you don't mind.
Please.
Typically when Raw in the past has gone to a new network or has had a milestone show, it's really felt like a pay-per-view style show.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to when Raw went from Spike TV to USA back in 2005, I think October of 2005, and they really loaded that card. They built up Triple H's return. They had John Cena defend the WWE title against Kurt Angle, and I believe that was an Iron Man match. I could be wrong. I mean, this was fucking 20-something years ago. And again, you go to Raw 1000 where they built up the return of all the original members of DX, as well as building up Brock Lesnar versus Triple H at that time frame, as well as the WWE title being on the line then. This feels textbook WWE booking for a new era for Monday Night Raw. And they did similar stuff for SmackDown, especially when it went from UPN to CW, from CW to Fox. Every time they switch to network or it's been a milestone show, they've really put a lot from their hand into the shows. They never showed their whole hand, but they put just enough for you to come back next week and see what happens. And I think that's what they're going to do with Raw on Netflix. Yes, it's going to be a WrestleMania caliber show because this is a historic show. Simply based off the deal that was made with Netflix. This is Netflix going to a new level as well as the WWE going to a new level. And I feel, they're going to have legends there. They'll probably have Dwayne come out and do some bullshit with the tribal combat. They'll probably have Austin come out and throw a beer. They'll probably have Taker come out with the American Badass bullshit.
Cena's going to be there.
Well, yeah, Cena's also scheduled to be there to start his fucking farewell tour, damn it. So yeah, this is going to feel like a very special show for everybody involved, as well for everybody that watches it live. So that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, no, I expect it to be pretty top tier. I mean, they're putting everybody on the show. Like it's gonna be jam packed.
Mm-hmm.
People who aren't on Raw obviously are going to be all over it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, I expect it to be a massive show.
Yeah, and kind of going back to the first topic with Randy not being on the Netflix Raw, with him not being there, they can focus more between Kevin and Cody if they so choose to do that, rather than if Randy comes back, that kind of takes away from Cody. That kind of takes away from their main champion, because at that point, it's now between it's between Kevin and Randy more so than it is Cody and Kevin. And at that point, it eventually turns into a three-way, and then it becomes scrambled eggs. and a lot of the writing is going to be lost.
Yeah.
Has it been said already if Cody's even going to be there? Because they haven't said how long this angle's going for, this recovery that they're doing with Cody.
No, they have not. But considering the last 2 weeks of WWE television has been pre-taped, you can more likely expect Monday Night Raw coming up this week for Cody to say something about either being there or Kevin saying he's going to be there. If Kevin's going to be there, then obviously Cody's going to try to go for retribution, but he's also going to be selling the neck with a neck brace, in my opinion.
Yeah, he definitely will.
All right.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for this, man. You guys said it. You guys said it before. This is gonna be monumental.
Yes, this
Because Logan Paul is gonna be there.
God
Oh, fuck
damn
you.
it.
God damn it.
I'm done. I'll be in the car.
I mean, you can't
Door's
go
locked.
wrong with having Logan Paul on your card on Monday Night Raw. The first ever Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Gotta have Logan Paul. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Killing me,
That's
Smalls.
what I'm. Not only that, but in all seriousness, not only that, some of the matches that have been announced for this show
Mm-hmm.
is CM Punk versus
Seth
Seth
fucking Rollins.
which has already been announced. I believe that's going to be the main event.
Yes, but there's also been conflicting reports that they're thinking about switching Roman and Solo to the main event and having CM Punk and Seth Rollins open the show, which I'm fine either way with that. The way wrestling usually works, and this is how I've booked shows, this is how you've seen shows get booked. You book your first match hot as shit,
Yeah.
and you let that fucking burn all through the show until the main event. So even if, Seth and Punk get put down to curtain jerking, basically, 9 times out of 10, I'd rather work first match anyway. That sets the tone for the entire show, for the entire evening. And for that personal rivalry to open the show, it's going to be a barn burner, as good old JR likes to say. And for it to end with Roman and Solo, and of course, Dwayne's going to be there in some capacity. So more than likely, he's going to put his 2 cents in at the end. Do you think Dwayne's going to show up at the end of segment 2 in the first hour? Or you think he's going to show up at the end of segment 7 at the main event?
I would probably honestly do it at the end of probably the end of the first hour, actually.
Yeah,
Top
but
of the
then you're
hour.
going to have Tribal Combat run either after an opening promo, which would be, a 25, 35-minute match, or just let them beat the shit out of each other for 45 fucking minutes. I mean, Roman's good. Solo's good. But they don't have 45 minutes in them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They need something to pop in the middle of the show to draw in people for the last hour or the last hour and a half or something.
That's where the legends come in, though. That's where the Austins, the Undertakers, the Kanes, Triple H, DX, God knows something like that's going to fucking happen. For all you know, fucking Hogan and fucking Kevin Nash is going to show up.
True.
Which one of these matches are you guys looking forward to the most? I mean, I know that Roman Reigns and Solo, this has been like building up for it feels like forever, but I'm not really looking forward to that match as much as CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. That's just me though. But what about you guys?
I'm looking forward to whatever happens with Cena. Like, as far as the matches go, Punk and Rollins will probably be the best match on the card.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really getting me to watch the show is John Cena. Speaking of the show, we're gonna do a watch along here.
Yes.
For that show. So if anybody wants to come watch it along with us, that's what we're doing for HSP on Monday.
For that Monday, we still got one more Monday to go.
Do you guys
that
think
Monday.
that? Do you guys think that the Seth Rollins and CM Punk feud is going to live up to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre feud?
So here's the thing. as far as Drew and Punk goes, Drew works a very WWE style. Punk is always capitalized on people working that style. More so now than ever, simply because we saw how he worked in AEW, and you know, I'm the biggest Punk mark fucking ever. But he botched so much shit because of timing. Because timing in AEW is different than timing in WWE. Whereas WWE builds more on the intensity of the audience and trying to get them really into it. So you're more of a slower pace. AEW's always been more fast paced, more I don't want to say super indie bullshit, but it's more of an independent level. So with Seth also being a master of that style and also being a master storyteller, especially in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Oh,
I
that's a great fucking point.
I see Seth carrying Punk more through this match, but I also see Punk getting more comfortable back in his role in a WWE style match.
Yeah.
Is it going to exceed Hell in a Cell? No, because it's not no disqualification or anything like that. It's just a one-on-one match. I feel that this match will more than likely end on a double countout or double disqualification, something to further progress for it to be in the Royal Rumble itself.
Yeah.
And if, I'll call it now, if Seth wins the Royal Rumble, Punk's going to go to the Elimination Chamber and win the world title. If Punk wins the Royal Rumble, vice versa, and they're going to end up working WrestleMania Night 1 together for the world title. Does that feud need the world title? No, not really. But at this point, we don't know how many more WrestleManias Punk has left in him. He may have 2, maybe 3 tops. So what better time than now than go ahead and give him that main event slot that he's always wanted. And also give him the opportunity to quote unquote pass that torch to the next generational star, which is Seth Rollins right now. And vice versa. Maybe Triple H will give him his flowers and let him win the world title at WrestleMania at the main event. So, I mean, the story, I feel, is going to stretch to WrestleMania. I feel that this is just step 1 as far as an actual match goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this isn't the match. I mean, this is the start of the feud.
This is Act 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel so completely. Yeah.
But going back to what we're most looking forward to, from a athletic standpoint to a match standpoint, yes, Punk, Seth is going to be my match I'm watching the most. But as far as the character work and seeing how WrestleMania is going to be starting to get laid out, it's got to be Roman. It's got to be Solo. Because Netflix made it very clear. They want Roman on Raw. So they're probably at some point between now and next Friday night going to establish a loser leaves SmackDown, or, you know, loser has to go to a different brand thing where the winner will choose whatever brand he wants to. So basically they're splitting up the bloodlines. I think that's a great move for right now, but with it being WrestleMania season, brands don't really mean a damn thing.
Right.
It's interpromotional all WrestleMania season. So of course, if Dwayne runs it the way I think he's going to run it, he's going to have the Temu.com fucking bloodline on his side. You got Jimmy potentially going to be out for another 3 to 5 weeks for his broke toe. I think that's why the Claymore attack was very relevant.
Right.
Gets him out until he can return. Then you got Jay, you got Sammy over on Raw already. So it just makes the most sense to move Jimmy and Roman and Paul over to Raw. And that we're not even thinking about what the favor is that Punk still holds on Paul Heyman.
Right.
Maybe we'll start seeing a little bit of that on Monday Night Raw once Roman comes over with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
You guys want to share a quick prediction about that?
Yeah. It goes back to my booking with Seth and Punk. I believe if Seth wins the Rumble, Punk's going to use his favor to get into the Elimination Chamber automatically. No qualifying match or anything like that. Just put him in the chamber.
Okay. I was thinking of it would be more of a something more diabolical in the sense that, like, he wants a match against Roman, but Paul has to be in his corner.
Now you're thinking more SummerSlam. You're thinking more in the fall. I ain't thinking. I'm just trying to get us to WrestleMania. Whatever happens the day after WrestleMania, moving forward, I'll worry about it then. I just want to get to WrestleMania in Vegas.
But you think it's something that he's going to cash in, like, or maybe they'll save that for like a callback to start a different story later on.
So look at it this way. I only said if Seth wins the Rumble. If Punk wins the Rumble, what if he uses his favor to have Roman be his opponent at the following pay-per-view?
Right.
To prove who is the real head of the table besides us.
That's right.
Yes.
Motherfuckers.
But yeah, there's just so many things going into 2025 right now that there's so many questions that we have no answers for. We're only, pulling shit out of our ass. But 9 times out of 10, Dark can attest for this. 9 times out of 10, when it comes to WWE booking, I'm pretty on the spot.
Yeah. You seem to have it's a wonder. It's almost like you've booked before.
Time or two.
Well, cool, fellas.
Well, let's before we go to our next story, let's hop to our first commercial break, and we will be right back.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check this out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, the cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Draven, and Miner all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, but one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like, without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy. We are back. Get you some sunflower seed.
Yeah, buddy. All right, round 3. What you got for us?
So we'll get back to some more Raw on Netflix here in a little bit. But first, I want to share this very crazy list that ESPN put out. It's the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN did their own awards when it comes to pro wrestling. Like some of the different categories was Women's Wrestler of the Year,
Okay.
Men's Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, so on and so forth. So I want to share this list with you guys and get your opinion.
All right.
Now keep in mind, this is both WWE and AEW. So it's the list is kind of all over the place, but they kind of ESPN based this list saying that WWE provided more storytelling and more character building as compared to AEW that had more in-ring action. Depending on who you ask, that's kind of subjective. So
Well, it's not subjective. It's minutes of airtime versus minutes of ring time. I mean, it's kind of it's just a numbers thing. I mean, they have more wrestling per hour than WWE does. That's the only thing that matters. I mean, that's the only thing it means.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were saying that basically they're saying that AEW had the better in-ring action according to ESPN, which that part to me is subjective.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
So let's go down this list here. Let's start off with the Women's Wrestler of the Year. They had a tie for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne Perez from NXT
Okay.
and Toni Storm from AEW.
Okay.
Toni Storm, baby, hell yeah. She had the best year. She had the best year. Her timeless gimmick went over crazy.
Mm-hmm.
She was the champion for a good amount of time. her character work. She had the best year. That's it.
It's hard to disagree with that, but I can also see why Roxanne would be in contention for it. But I wouldn't have it as a tie. Roxanne would be a close number 2.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, and it's not because NXT is the developmental brand. It's just because the way Tony was booked, and I'm giving Tony flowers here, so timestamp this.
I know you are.
Tony did a better job promoting Timeless Tony Storm than how Shawn Michaels did Roxanne Perez. And Roxanne kind of got the rub from Punk. What was it, like in January, February of this year, and really kind of like gave her that rub to be a good heel. But Tony's was just on another level. And again, I am not the biggest AEW fan at all. I am a pro wrestling fan. I'm more objective on it. And for me to say that Tony's done something better than Shawn, that's saying something. I need to rinse my mouth out.
Oh, shut up. What do you think, Edgar?
I agree with Toni Storm being wrestler of the year. She was so entertaining. That character got over in a big way. It did a lot of good things for AEW. I don't really agree with Roxanne Perez. Nothing against Roxanne Perez, but how did Rhea Ripley not get in that spot up there with Toni Storm? That's what I'm wondering.
And if it had to be a non-type 2 wrestler, I have to say Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. But the reason I would say the reason Rhea wasn't on there for Woman of the Year is because, unfortunately, she did get injured after WrestleMania. That did take time off, so that did hurt her eligibility.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, since she's been back, she's been phenomenal. I mean, before that, she was phenomenal. But, it's kind of the whole thing of Tony was there a whole year. Rhea was there for the first part of the year and the last part of the year.
Right.
So who filled in that void? Which was Liv. But Liv wasn't on that list.
Right.
Because she only filled in the void that Rhea left. Whereas Tony was whole year round. Roxanne Perez was whole year round. So I can see that. I can see why Roxanne was, I wouldn't say tied, but she's a number 2.
Yeah. As far as Toni Storm goes, her character work is not slowing down at all. I'm excited to see where she goes with this amnesia gimmick.
It's going to be Abyss all over again.
No, she's a whole different person. It's not going to be Abyss. She's going to go back to Timeless Toni Storm eventually when she snaps out of this. But yeah, no, I love what she did this past year, and I'm excited to see what she has going forward. I don't know, Roxanne Perez is an amazing wrestler. She tore up the indies.
Mm-hmm.
She's an absolute monster wrestler. But it's a developmental brand, and there are wrestlers like Jordynne Grace out there. I mean,
and the issue is with WWE, as far as Roxanne is concerned, she's still green.
Dark called her a monster. I would say more like a mini monster, but
well, she's tiny. But I mean, monster as in she was just tearing up the indies, and she's tearing up NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But still.
I mean, I can't disagree with you. But with the talent that NXT more or less have brought in over the past few months, like Stephanie McCurr, Roxanne's going to step her game up.
Yeah. I mean, with Julia and what is she going by? Vakura? Yes. And with Lyra Valkyria there, it's a great crop of young female talent.
It's it's just all around. It's just a great time to be a women's wrestling fan.
It really is.
And again, this is just based off TNA, or not TNA, AEW and WWE. We're not even including TNA.
Yeah.
We're not including MLW. We're not including New Japan. We're not including GCW. Stardom.
Yeah.
So imagine that list redone with all promotions.
This is just AEW and WWE.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna get a kick out of this next category: Men's Wrestler of the Year,
He says
Logan Paul.
I'm leaving.
Are
I'm
you
just
fucking kidding
guys.
me?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Look here.
It's
We're
actually,
old. We can't take that kind of shit. Come on.
It's actually
Ask him out, man.
Gunther. Gunther got the ESPN Men's Wrestler of the Year. So how do you guys feel about that one?
It's hard to argue.
Men's Wrestler of the Year.
It's hard to argue. I don't know that he would be mine.
No, Drew McIntyre would
Drew
easily
McIntyre.
succeed him.
I think Drew McIntyre, and even though he wasn't as successful title-wise, I think Jey Uso had a better year.
Mm-hmm. I would argue he had the best year.
Yeah. Jay would be my number one for the year, because from where he was to where he is now,
Yes.
unbelievable.
Oh, and yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah, so ESPN is basing this off of his great intercontinental run and the matches that he was having with people like Sami Zayn. It was some of the best stuff from WrestleMania 40.
Yes, and I said it at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn versus Gunther was arguably match of the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Just from a pure storytelling aspect, as far as the actual match is concerned, not all the outside interference or anything like that, like the Bloodline stuff did. But my problem with Gunther right now is his world title reign.
Yep.
Him and Damian are good, but it's always watered down because they always have Judgment Day in some way, shape, or form involved in the finish, and it screws it.
Yep.
Other than that, I mean, do we really even think anybody else had a chance to take Gunther's title?
Mm.
I mean, Damian Priest at the last pay-per-view that we just did, where they went one-on-one. I thought that was where they were actually going to drop the title. But again,
And then comes fucking Finn Balor out to ruin the whole goddamn thing.
yeah, again,
Like,
it
I'm
watered it down. I'm
so
sorry.
sick of that shit.
Now, the three-way that they had at Saturday Night's main event was okay. But it was just okay. Gunther needs to get out of this shadow right now, because as far as his title reign goes, and I shitted on Damian's title reign. I did. But at least his didn't have a lot of interference.
True.
Whereas, and I get Gunther being a heel, but he's not a cowardly heel. He's a badass heel. He don't need the interference. He doesn't need help to retain that title. He is a beast. He is a fucking monster. Let him be that guy.
Yeah.
Don't keep bringing in people to do interference spots. Don't water down his title reign. Because of that, again, it just feels kind of stale to me. And I'm actually looking forward to him chasing the title again, because if you go and look the statistics of Gunther's WWE run, and I'm talking about from NXT UK to now, he's been champion 68% of his WWE career. But his best work was always when he was chasing a title. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's John Cena type percentages. I remember hearing a stat back when he was still in the heavyweight title picture that he spent like 75% of his career up at that point as champion of some kind. It was maddening.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so what's the next category, sir?
All right, the next category, I'm gonna do this a little one differently. I'm gonna see if you guys can guess this one, and then I'll give you the answer. This is for the tag team of the year. Who do you guys think won this one?
TFK. Rep the brand. Tag team of the year. Okay. Give us a hint. Which company are they in?
I'm gonna say WWE, but it could be WWE or NXT. I'm not gonna say which one. It's both of them.
A-Town Down Under.
Um, Tag Team of the Year, WWE. It ain't the Guns, just because they haven't been there long enough, but they are the best fucking tag team they got right now. Motor City Machine
Oh,
Guns.
yeah.
Motor City Machine.
Don't
Okay.
don't tell me it's fucking DIY.
I won't tell you that. It's actually worse. ESPN selected Fraxium from NXT, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom.
The NXT champs.
Who?
Yes,
Who?
the guy
Who?
with the mask that freaking runs super quick and he has a cool entrance.
Oh, isn't he wasn't he a kid before he got put under the hood?
I don't even know.
I think
He's
so.
Axiom, yeah. I thought he was like a fake character in 2K23. I was like, he's just a filler character. I had
Dude,
never
they had
heard of
quite a
that
few
dude
in that
before.
one. But I mean, hey, let me borrow your homework. Just change a couple answers. Hologram.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Not when you. I mean, but really, everyone in WWE is a thrown together tag team.
Almost. I mean, it made sense for JD and Finn to get put together because Finn trained him.
Well, yeah.
You got the Tongans. I mean, you got one and a half of them anyway.
War Raiders.
War Raiders, which just came back, which are now on a monster fucking run. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, me
especially with the career-threatening injuries they were going through.
Yes.
Again, the Motor City Machine Guns, still hands down to me the best fucking tag team in WWE right now.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee are both Mexican, so they have to be together.
I'm done. Oh, fucking New Day. We forgot about fucking New Day and the character work they've been putting in.
Yeah. I still think Big E's girlfriend's the MVP.
She's the MVP
that
of the
shit.
year. She's the MVP of the fucking year for promos. I don't give a shit. I cannot go toe to toe with her on a microphone. I concede.
Yeah, she was roasting them. I want to know.
Dude, she's still roasting them on Twitter.
Oh, still?
Still. Every chance she gets, she throws shots. She's fucking Lil Jon in 2008. Shots.
Oh man, I love it. But
I'm
I
on
want
my
to know
bullshit
why.
tonight.
I want to know why Dark said A-Town down. Is that your favorite tag team, Dark?
No.
Ooh, shit.
They are not quite on Logan Paul's level, but
Oh my head.
no,
Fuck.
they're both amazing wrestlers, but
Singly.
but their gimmicks fucking drive me crazy.
But they've been teasing that fucking breakup for what seems like 6-7
Forever.
months now. Fucking pull the trigger, turn Austin babyface, and let that motherfucker run as a singles babyface. I watched him in Evolve. I watched him in the fucking Indies.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal fucking talent as a singles babyface.
Yeah.
Fucking run that shit.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I feel it. All right, you guys ready for the next category?
Yes.
This one should be easy. I want you guys to try to guess this one. Debut wrestler of the year.
Debut wrestler of the year.
Yep.
Oh. Who debuted this year? You watch more AW than I do, so they have a lot of debuts.
This one was also given to WWE, if that helps.
No.
Not at all.
No. Debut. I'm
You guys give
the
up?
only one I can think
Uncle
of is
Howdy.
the Machine Guns.
Those are both good guesses, but Jacob Fatu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I
Can't.
didn't even think about that.
Me neither.
Dude, he just seems like he's been on the roster for years. Like he just fits in so well.
He's perfect, yeah. And he is amazing. I mean, whatever.
Jacob makes up for Tongaloa. Let's just put it that way. Granted, Tongaloa gave us the greatest double team finish of all time, the Tongan Death Driver.
That's right.
To be debuted soon.
Yes.
But yeah, Jacob fought. He just feels like he's been there for a decade. Like he already fits in so well in the soup that is the WWE system.
I think Wrestle News Company, Wrestle News Co. on Instagram had their list of the top 10 biggest botches, and Tongaloa had 4 of them.
In the same match.
Yeah, his timing is just so off. Like,
or
I
it's
forgot
so
what match it
perfect for
was.
comedy wrestling.
Well,
There's no
yeah,
in-between.
for his comedic timing is on point, but his wrestling timing is like.
Let me save my brother from the pile driver. Oh, I gave him a concussion.
Or when he was supposed to pull the ref out of the ring, the ref just pulled himself out.
No, John Cena showed up and pulled that ref out.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, but Jacob Fatu got selected by his
Well
in-ring,
fucking deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
His in-ring ability, also his mic skills that we haven't really been able to see a whole lot, but the few times they've delivered, he's such a great talker. Jacob Fatu is, and
Love you, Solo.
Nah, man. If you go find his MLW promos, man, he's a fucking beast.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've watched MLW like I have with Jacob when he was part of Contra, one of his closing lines was "I'll dog walk your ass." Who fucking said that to Jacob?
Yeah.
Jay pulled that shit out, and you heard the fucking faithful go, "Oh!" I was one of those. Oh shit! Oh, it's getting real. Oh, all right.
Fun fact too, Jacob Fatu is from my hometown of Sacramento, California. So
Represent.
Very nice.
I represent.
All right. Well, before we go to the next category, throw it to our last commercial break.
All right.
Havoc Energy Drink is the energy drink for gamers and streamers by gamers and streamers. Not only does it have the B vitamins and caffeine you're used to in your energy drinks, but it also has a healthy dose of creatine for mental acuity to help you win that next game or focus through that next stream. Go to tryhavocenergy.com and enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off of your order. Again, that's tryhavocenergy.com. Enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Me and Draven swear by this stuff.
It's fucking phenomenal.
It's amazing. So yeah, give it a shot. Get 10% off on us. Now, Amazon Music Unlimited. If you use the link in the description, I guess it's still the same deal right now. You
Merry
get your
Christmas, motherfuckers.
That's right. You get your first 3 months free of a new Amazon Music Unlimited subscription. It's only $9.99 after that, and you can cancel anytime. You get instant access to over 100 million songs at the click of a button, and get your first 3 months on the Heel Shit Podcast. Next category, sir.
Breakthrough Wrestler of the Year. Over on the AEW side, the person
Swerve.
that won this one was
Fucking Swerve. There's nobody else. It's got to be Swerve.
it is Swerve Strickland, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Swerve
he
Strickland.
this year
Sorry.
turned him into a superstar.
Yes. He is the main event star for AEW. Bar none.
What you think of that one, Edgar?
I would say MJF is the main guy over in AEW. I don't really feel like Swerve Strickland is being presented as that top guy anymore. But then again, I haven't been watching AEW the last couple of weeks, so maybe I'm wrong.
I haven't been watching AEW fucking ever. I just catch the highlights. But Swerve's always in a main event slot. Right now he's working with Bobby Lashley and his crew. Where you say MJF is the main event guy, MJF has been off TV more than he's been on TV this year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. He's a great talent. He's young as fuck. He has a whole career ahead of him.
But even at this point, he is like a special attraction.
Yeah.
Like he can't be the main guy because he's not around all the time.
He's the part-timer of AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd even say Moxley is more more main event than MJF is right
Oh
now.
fuck yeah!
Without
Moxley
question.
Swerve and Moxley are right now the backbones of AEW.
Mm-hmm. They're the new pillars, so to speak.
Mm.
What you think?
All right, interesting. So yeah, I think we can all agree there. I mean, I liked how you guys knew right off the bat who was gonna win this one. So it's like this one's a no-brainer. But the next one though, the next category, best promo artist. Let's have some fun with this one. Who do you guys think got this one?
Best promo.
Draven Grimes. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to take all the
Close.
credit. I don't want to take all the credit.
I
What's Big E's girlfriend's name again?
Kimmy Yim.
Kimmy M. There you go.
No,
Changed my mind.
It's got to be Drew McIntyre this year.
McIntyre.
Absolutely correct. Dark Drew McIntyre got best promo artist according to ESPN.
Oh,
And they were saying according to ESPN, it was one of his strengths this year after an exceptional run in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Best promo in the business, Drew McIntyre.
That's because Drew's been involved in some of the realest feeling storylines with some of the realest feeling guys. I mean, that pre Hell in a Cell promo that him and Punk did inside Hell in a Cell on Monday Night Raw the week before, the lines were blurred. At one point, you even had me guessing what was real and what was a work. Drew working with fucking the Bloodline shit at the beginning of the year. All that felt real.
Right.
None of it felt scripted. None of it felt inorganic. Everything was organic. Everything just felt natural. It came out as if he believed everything he was saying. And I believe he's at that stage now where they would just give him a topic for a promo rather than writing out his promo.
Yeah.
You know, hit these bullet points, but say them in your own words. And I feel as a worker who's done this for over 10 years, fucking goddamn, I'm old as shit. I've always worked better if you give me a subject and two things you need me to hit. Mm-hmm. Don't write shit for me because you don't know me.
Right.
Whereas guys coming up, you know, a year or two in, they need that help. They need that extra little push. So yeah, write more of their stuff for them, but don't write it word for word. That's a death sentence to me. Because I think Jericho said it best when he went to AEW, when he took that year or so off after WWE, worked the New Japan show with Kenny Omega, and then signed with AEW. He said it right there then on the first AEW show, Dynamite. He drew a blank because he's been so used to people writing his shit for him that he forgot how to cut a promo for a few minutes. Now, I wish somebody would start writing his shit for him again, because goddamn.
I mean, there's only a small...
Fuck. Elwood's in the chat.
Yep. What's up, Elwood?
Ah, fuck me.
I mean, there's only a really small handful of mic guys right now. Mm-hmm. In AEW, once again, there are only two, and it's Moxley and Swerve. I mean, MVP, I guess.
He's getting there.
He's getting there. But even in WWE, I mean, you got Drew and Punk, and you got when Cena comes back, nobody touches him. But then you got Roman and
Logan Paul,
and that's it.
I don't even count Paul.
No, I was gonna say
Paul seems like a kid in a candy store. Like he starts a promo, but he like starts seeing him crack, and before you know it, he's just smiling like, "Hey guys," and like just fucking loses it. Like, you're a fucking heel. Act like it. Be snarky. Dude.
I've also been liking what Seth Rollins has been doing with this whole Punk thing. His last interview on Raw.
I've liked his evolution more or less of this year. Whereas beginning of this, leading into WrestleMania, he did some of his best mic work with Dwayne while still looking like he stole his wife's attire. Whereas now he seems to get a little more grounded in his attire. Now it's still fucking outrageous, but he's not coming out with the fucking Sonic 3 shoes.
Right.
Like he did before. He's not coming out with the fucking 20 feet goddamn shoulder pads like he did at fucking WrestleMania.
Who dresses like Lady Gaga?
I've always preferred Seth when he was more down to earth.
Yeah.
Rather than the what they've claimed to call the Joker Seth Rollins, going off the Joaquin Phoenix kind of style. Another one that's really fucking underrated is fucking Miz. Miz has always been fucking sharp on the mic.
Yeah.
How you guys feel about Logan Paul? That's how I feel about the Miz.
I don't like the Miz at all.
Look, I tell you right now,
he's been a solid, consistent at his level. He's been consistent for them. He's always kind of reliable.
Oh yeah, he's never been injured. He's never had to miss dates. He's always been reliable. But the thing about it is, when you're reliable, you kind of paint yourself into a corner. You want case in point? Dolph Ziggler was always reliable. But where did that put him? It put him on main event. It put him on WWE Superstars. It put him on the lower card. It put him putting people over where he should have been getting his fucking self put over, winning world championships. Now, as far as the Miz is concerned, he's in the same boat, but he knows how to play the politic game as well as or better than anybody in the early 2000s. Because he learned from those guys. Mm-hmm. He learned from Taker. He learned from Benoit. He learned from Mark Henry. He knows how to play the fucking game. He's comfortable where he is. I guarantee you, if he wanted to, if he started now, by SummerSlam, he'd be in the fucking world title picture. If he wanted to. But he's enjoying where he's at now because he's coasting. He's got a wife. He has 2 kids. He's providing for them. He's not getting hurt every week. He's cutting promos, but the matches that he does mean something next to fucking Karrion Kross bullshit. So for the Miz, and I'm sorry I even brought him up because it kind of went on a tangent. I'm not the biggest fan of the Miz, but I respect the hell out of him more than anybody on that roster right now because he knows how to play the game. He knows how to play it well. Yeah. To the point, he was even mentioned on fucking AEW.
Yeah, he did. That's true. Yeah, can't argue too much with that. Let's move on because we have a couple more categories here to go over. Let me see. We got 1, 2, 3 more, guys.
All right.
My apologies for the rants, guys.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good. The next, because I can talk shit about the Miz all day, but
next week on WIW, the Miz.
Yeah, match of the year. I want to hear your guys' opinions about this one, and then I'll give you the answers. What do you guys think ESPN selected as match of the year for 2024?
So here's my problem. And this is where you come in, because you watch primarily a lot of the AEW stuff. So you're probably going to put an AEW match on here. Where I watch fucking WWE religiously. For me, match of the year, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but for me, the Hell in a Cell this year was the match of the year for me. But more than likely, they're going to say Cody Roman at WrestleMania.
That would have been my pick if I were to go based on betting odds. I think that was, the safest pick.
Yeah.
Personally, I love the War Games match also. I think
it was good.
We don't know when the cutoff was for the voting for this, though, so that was kind of more recent.
I would say War Games was right there at the cutoff.
Yeah, probably so. But yeah, War Games was great. Being an AEW guy, I thought, matches like Ospreay, Ricochet were up there.
But was Ospreay Ricochet as good as the King of the Super Juniors back in 2016?
No.
Okay. Then I wouldn't even put it on the list.
So yeah, it's got to be Cody and Roman.
Well, remember how I mentioned earlier that this list that ESPN did, I felt like they were a little biased when it comes to AEW, so they selected an AEW match for this one, and they went with Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson, AEW Dynasty.
That was an amazing match.
Didn't see it. Can't comment on that
Ospreay,
one way or another.
Yeah, that was an amazing match. The reason why I thought the smart money was on Cody and Roman was because of not just not between the ropes, but the whole production of the match. How they put together the run-ins. The entire production of the match was just so amazing, and the ending, and that's why I figured it was gonna be, Roman can be iffy as a wrestler at times.
But he's got that aura.
But he's got the aura. But that's why perhaps from hold to hold, it probably wasn't as good a match.
It wasn't as good as last year. That's for sure. I will always stand on Cody Roman 1 was the better match, and I also stand on the fact that was the time to switch the belt.
Yep.
And I understand they wanted that record-breaking title reign, and what other time in this generation are we going to have that opportunity? So it made sense from that standpoint, and I'm pretty sure that's where Thump was looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
But Cody was so fucking hot at WrestleMania 39 compared to what it was this year.
Yeah.
To me, everybody saw Cody winning it. It just had to happen because Roman was going away to do a movie and do some rehab. So there was no way he was going to lose. But the build up to it, it's the story building up to it. The weeks of The Rock becoming the final boss. The weeks of bringing in Jay. The weeks of bringing in Seth. The build up to that last SmackDown where it was just... It almost felt like Civil War between Cap and Iron Man.
Mm.
And then, like you said, with the run-ins, you had Jay take out Jimmy. You had John Cena take out Solo. You had Dwayne take out John. And my money was on Austin, but obviously that didn't happen. So we had Taker come out as a good second, which I was okay with, doing their history with a rivalry. Hello, little one.
Cool.
But again, I can't really.
Before the show started?
I really can't speak on any AEW match. That's kind of where you come in.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat with you, Draven, because I try to keep up with AEW, and if I don't catch their weekly shows, I buy all the pay-per-views. I've watched every single AEW pay-per-view
Yep.
in 2024, and I don't remember this match. This match, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was good, but like maybe I just have a shit memory. I don't know, but it wasn't a match that was like, oh my god, I'm gonna remember this match forever type thing. It was just a match on. It was a pay-per-view match for AEW.
So let me ask the court this, because like I said, I'm shit with AEW dates. Number one, was that the match where Bryan won the title, or is that the one where he lost?
Neither.
So why the fuck is it on this fucking match of the year? The fucking story don't make sense then. And
it was a match. They're looking at it obviously from inside the ropes. They don't care about the build. They don't care about the production. They don't care about anything except inside the ropes. And unfortunately, you can never say those two can't put on a great match inside the ropes.
Okay, so that leads me to my next one. Did Swerve and Hangman work this year?
The match was a 30-minute match, and it was built as the best wrestler in the world versus the best wrestler of his generation. So it was another one of those who's the best in the world type matches that I feel like gets done or has been done a lot in AEW.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they tried to put together, with him and Zack Sabre Jr. and Okada and Will Ospreay. I mean, those are all guys who can stake the claim without being in WWE right now to being the best in the world. So those matches made sense to say that.
So going back to my last question, did Swerve?
Well, that was the best match of the year. We got two more.
Well, hold on.
You guys ready for the next one? Okay.
Well, let me just get the last question answered. Was Hangman and Swerve working at all this year?
The cage match. Yeah.
I had to put that up there.
Yeah.
I'd put that over that match anyway. And I hate deathmatch style matches, but I'd put that up there for AEW's match of the year. So yeah, now we're ready.
Okay.
No, that's a good match. Yeah, I mean, I remember that match more.
Yeah.
Than the Will Ospreay one.
But my thing is, I just can't. Yeah. I just couldn't remember if that was in this year, if that was late last year. Like as far as AEW storylines go, they blur to me. So I just need clarification. So yeah, let's go ahead and knock out those last two.
All right. Best pay-per-view / PLE of the year. And that's a big hint for y'all. / PLE, which means they selected a WWE show. Which one do you think got the best one of 2024?
Mania Night 2.
That's very specific. I like it.
Well, I mean, Night 1 was good, but let's be real. Night 1 was just to build up to Night 2 with the tag match at the main event.
I mean,
Usually,
I don't know if they'll break it down that far, but I'll definitely say Mania.
Yeah, so they didn't specify which night, but it was WrestleMania 40 that took this category for ESPN.
yeah, and rightfully so. That's the best show that any company's put on this year to me. But again, usually with the 2-night WrestleMania things, the world champion does the night 1, and then the WWE champion does night 2, because it's been Roman for all these years. But for Seth to be involved in that storyline, they had to put him at the main event of something. So why not go ahead and put night 1 main event with the tag match to lead up to night 2, which further progressed the story for that match. Now, granted, we did have Seth and Drew open up the night 2, but Seth was on one wheel. He was injured that whole match, and he still worked it as hard as he ever could. So for me, that was the smart move, but it also added into night 2 because we had the cash in with Damian, and then we had that beautiful card all of night 2. Not saying night 1 wasn't good. Night 1 was phenomenal, but night 2 stole the weekend.
Absolutely. How are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, dude, I would agree with that. I mean, I really enjoyed this WrestleMania 40 from top to bottom, night 1 and 2. Even though it got a lot of shit, it got a lot of hate saying that that main event was stupid, it shouldn't have happened, that it was like overbooked, and a lot of people were hating on it, but I really liked it a whole lot. Would you agree with this one, Dark, as a best show of the year?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was probably the smart money. I mean, I don't think AEW ever misses with their pay-per-views, but none of them were WrestleMania.
They can't touch WrestleMania.
No, you can't do it.
But to go back to what you said about being overbooked, I want you to think of it as this. This is the analogy that was given to me about it, because I had similar say-so, but once it was brought up to me and broke down like this, you saw it in a whole nother light. So main event of WrestleMania Night 2, Cody and Roman. If you go back, it is similar to Thanos and Captain America at the end of Endgame. Think about it. Thanos had his entire army. Cap had nobody. But then the snap happened. Everybody got brought back. It became a total war. It was produced like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And it made sense that way. And because of that, it told a beautiful story, and it really ended an era. And I know we've been using that word a lot here lately. But Roman was Vince's last champion.
That is true.
Cody is Hunter's first champion. And this WrestleMania was the beginning of the Triple H era. It marked an end of an era as well as started a new era. Same thing for Endgame. Once Thanos was killed, once Iron Man passed away, once Captain America went back in time, it was time for a new generation, a new era of heroes to take over. Similar.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm a fucking nerd. I can't help it.
I was just gonna add that the way that I looked at it from my point of view was this was like a over 2+ year build when Cody finished the story.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I was just like, when do we ever see something like this? That is so crazy to me. So
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and that again, it goes back to the Marvel build-up between Infinity War and Endgame. In canon, it was a 5-year build.
Right.
From the time of the first snap to the time of the final war. It was a 5-year build. So think about it. If Infinity War was the beginning of Thanos' basically reign for the way he wanted it, Infinity War was Roman Reigns. Endgame was Cody. What's the last one you got?
The last one. This one's gonna be easy, you guys. I think we talked about this one a little bit. The best feud / storyline of the year.
Dark Cordz versus the ketchup bottle.
Goddamn
Who
right.
who won that one? Did the ketchup bottle win?
Yeah.
Yeah, but thankfully the ketchup bottle won. All right.
Oh, if you don't know the story,
We're gonna tell you the story.
Yeah,
real
well,
quick.
yeah, you go right ahead, real quick.
So
Give context.
we're in Defuniak Springs, Florida. We had just wrestled in Alabama.
We just won these titles.
Yeah, we just won those titles. We just and then we were staying just south of the border in Defuniak Springs, so we went back down. Outside of our place we were staying was a Waffle House, and we're definitely going back to that Waffle House.
You fucking ain't right.
But, so we got a waitress who had Tourette's, and it came as a surprise.
Well, to be fair, she had one of her tics, and then she told us.
Yes.
Because at first we thought she was fucking crazy.
Right.
I mean, randomly going, I love you, and like looking at us is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and mind you, I'm still covered in fucking face paint from the fucking show.
Yeah.
I haven't washed anything off.
So, Draven ordered something that required ketchup, and we didn't have any ketchup. So she was
Bacon, chicken, cheese, Texas patty, melt, hold the onions, triple hash browns, covered chunks, scatter light.
what he said.
Oh, yeah.
So she brought us a bottle, and she said, "This is a brand new bottle. You gotta unscrew it and take the paper off. You know, it's a brand new bottle." This dumb bitch didn't give me a bottle that you had to open and take the paper off of. It was a solid fucking.
It was one piece.
So I literally have this bottle twisted in over itself, trying to get this goddamn thing off. It was a wonder that the whole thing didn't fucking explode all over all of us, because I was like, it was twisted the whole fucking thing. And then I just turned over and I look at it. I was like, this can't be that difficult. And you just had to squeeze it once hard the first time, and it opened the end. This got me sitting there thinking that I can't handle this fucking ketchup bottle. Knowing good and well that there's no way this whole bottle should be twisting on itself without the lid coming off.
I'm not gonna lie.
She
While
got
you were
you,
doing
dude.
that, I was looking around that fucking Waffle House seeing if fucking Big Johnny was anywhere. Because he that's some shit he would fucking pull. But yeah, dude. That's feud of the year. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Goddamn
Oh,
ketchup
man.
bottle, man.
Someone's got to make that thumbnail now.
Okay. But getting back on topic, feud of the year for me, it's been Drew and Punk,
I think so too.
bar none.
Same.
I mean, it's been built from fucking January 1 to the Royal Rumble where he got fucking injured. They built it more at WrestleMania. They built it even further at SummerSlam. Built it in fucking Bad Blood. Come on now. It's a year-long feud. It built the entire year. It never got stale. It never mellowed out. It always intensified. And finally, that crescendo at fucking Hell in a Cell
Yep.
was bar none, to me, the greatest Hell in a Cell in the last 20 fucking years.
Easy.
Not since fucking Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Bad Blood 2005.
Easily the best long time. Yeah.
No, 2004. Excuse me, 2004. So who did? Who won feud of the year?
No, you guys are right.
Okay.
ESPN selected Drew McIntyre and CM Punk as feud of the year for 2024, y'all.
Well, I just want to make sure because they were very biased on AEW. It wasn't gonna be like fucking Shelton Benjamin and the backstage
yeah, they were.
segments.
The only real like death feud in AEW has been Hangman and Swerve. Like they all have many feuds, but like for a long-term hatred, That's the one.
That's because at any point in time, if their shit is really in the fucking shitter, they can pull that back in.
Yep.
The best feud of the year was over a friendship bracelet, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit's fucking real. It might just be
Real
a
to
fucking
me.
$3 bracelet, but that sentimental value brings that shit up. That's like if you go into my house and you steal my grandfather's coffee cup. He had that thing for 50 years.
Hmm.
His last drink ever was in that cup. And if you steal that from me, oh, what fucking Hangman and Swerve did to each other is fucking child's play. You saw what fucking John Wick did about a dog. You want to see what I can do about a fucking coffee cup?
All right. Well, I think that's about enough fun for tonight, fellas.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the pleasantries and we'll get out of here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, for one night only, tomorrow night, Friday night, 8/7 Central, we will be doing Talking Shit live. Just to cover basically the year end of 2024 on the non-wrestling side. I know we cover kind of the wrestling side on HSP as far as the podcast and stuff goes, but this is going to be more of a personal conversation between the two of us. You guys are just here to listen along and you know, give your 2 cents if you want to. If not, sit back and enjoy, because it's going to be very very deep, a very emotional conversation between the two of us. We've had some highs, we've had some lows, and we're going to cover everything. Nothing's going to be off the table. I'll cover everything from fucking January until fucking now. You cover whatever you feel comfortable enough talking about. And it's just going to be, it's going to be a very important show to us, more or less. Let's not forget that Heel Shit Podcast returns Monday night, live 8/7 Central for, I believe we have Rip scheduled for that. I have to get with him. He's also been going through his highs and lows, his trials and tribulations. So just stand by on that. We will post on the socials by Saturday, no later than Saturday, what the topic will be for HSP this coming up Monday night, which is also the last Heel Shit Productions show of 2024. You know we got you. We got some good shit lined up regardless. It's going to be a great show. And of course, returning to Tuesday night, WIW with your boy, Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes, and of course, my man Edgar from Snug Podcast. Speaking of Snug, my guy, plug your shit.
Yeah, check me out, Apple Podcast, Spotify, new shows every Monday and Thursday. Today, a new episode came out with me and my friend Ryan Gray from the No So Connection, where we tried to name every single intercontinental champion of all time in under 10 minutes. Were we able to do it? Find out. Check it out now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And all my social medias at Snug Wrestling, SNUG Wrestling.
Oh.
And speaking of our social medias, Heel Shit Podcast. Just look it up anywhere and everywhere. It's there. It's Facebook. It's Twitter. Instagram, it's Trovo, it's Rumble, it's the YouTube, of course, it's the fucking MySpace, it's the AOL Instant Messenger. This motherfucker has smoke signals breathing fire now. All right? 6 months in, this motherfucker has fuckers breathing fire out of smoke. It's amazing. Quite scary, but still amazing. Let's see, we did that. Oh, yeah. One last thing. The merch.
The merch
Is beautiful. As always, we have the Heel Shit Podcast merchandise. We have the Forbidden Kingdom merchandise. We have Retro Draven Grimes, Retro Dark Cordz. We got the new Dark Cordz merchandise as well. And also, coming in the first quarter 2025, we have new TFK merchandise coming along. It's going to be fucking phenomenal. We got the t-shirts, we got the boxers, we got the hoodies, we got the pink hoodies. That hoodie right there is the same color as your granny's inside mouth skin. Fucking awesome. Fucking believable. Fucking beautiful.
Me.
Ask about it.
About me.
Ask about it. The Trolley in 69, motherfucker. Ask about it. And with that, man, send us home.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. For Draven Grimes and our boy Snug Wrestling, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm.